Hey guys, thank you all for joining in once again. I welcome you all to Amazon Labs. In today's session, let's assess the market potential. The market potential in terms of how to assess a market, how much demand do we have in a specific market. We are so much used to relying so much or depending so much upon software tools such as Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. So in today's session, I'm going to tell you how to fetch this data directly from Amazon, right? So let's get into the topic, right? So generally, if I really consider the regular approach, let's say if I were to ask you what is the demand in a specific market, right? What would be the general approach? The general most spoken approach would be you could be looking at your bestsellers, right? You could be picking your top 5 or 10 or 15 bestsellers, and then you could be throwing those asins in Helium 10 Celebro, and then you could be doing a reverse asin search, and basis the data that you get from Helium 10, you could be then looking into the search volume and see how many total searches do we have, and accordingly you could be getting to an estimate, right? As in what is the potential in that specific market. But what if I say, in that approach you are just looking at your top 10 or 15 bestsellers or competitors? What about others? There are a number of other products or other sellers who are selling the exact same product, and you do not know whether you have accounted all that search volume or not, right? So in today's session I'm going to show you a killer strategy, right? So here you're going to rely upon Amazon. You're not going to rely upon any of the software tools. This feature is available for everyone, whether you are brand registered, trademarked, or non-trademark, non-brand registered. This option is there for everyone. So I request you to explore this section and make the best use of it. All right. So starting with, what you need to do is, in terms of the approach, you need to, or you should try to create a sponsored display campaign. Okay. Now this section, I'm sure you are all so much used to it. When you create a sponsored display campaign, you'll get to see this page. Generally, you could be selecting product targeting when you are creating sponsored display campaigns, right? But let's, in today's connect or in today's session, let's not look into that. We will explore something much bigger. Okay, so today we will be looking at audience or audiences. Now what is this audiences? Let us get into details. Now when you select audiences, there are three different sections again, or bid optimization strategies here. For time being, for the ease of understanding, let's not get into specifics here. Let's just choose optimize for conversions, because ultimate goal is to have many of our views or everything. We are more focused on conversions, right? Because only when there is a conversion, then only we'll make a sale, and then only there is some profit, right? For time being, let's choose optimize for conversions. And now here is the story, right? When you come to audiences, right, so you have three sections here. One is Amazon audiences, the other one is views remarketing, and the third one is purchases remarketing. Now in today's session, let's ignore Amazon audiences. Let's look into views remarketing and purchases remarketing. See guys, these two sections are really important. If you were to assess what is the demand in a particular niche or in a particular department, now instead of relying upon software tools or Jungle Scout, ignore that crap. You just focus upon the data that is available on Amazon. Why I'm saying this is because this is much beyond private label selling. Because if your goal is to just because ultimately if you are an e-commerce seller, your goal should be, you could be starting as a private label seller, but ultimately your goal should be coming up with your own unique products and then having your own store, your own website. For you to do all that, you need to explore all this. You need to learn all this. Right. Now let's understand what is views remarketing and what is purchases remarketing. I'll put it in a very, very simple terms. Right. Views remarketing. Okay, so views remarketing is nothing but, right, when you come to this section, there is something called as look back period. right? Now here I have chosen a look back period of 30 days. What it literally means is Amazon is going to analyze last 30 days performance, or Amazon is going to analyze or look at last 30 days performance and give you results. Okay, so views remarketing is nothing but in last 30 days how many customers have viewed your product, right? So it is more of, let's say if you want to sell a mobile phone. Okay, now Amazon is telling you in last 30 days how many people have opened listings pertaining to mobile phones. Very simple. So those, let's say some 1,000 customers have reached or opened Amazon to look for a mobile phone, or these customers, they logged on to Amazon, they opened any of the mobile phone product detail pages. Now their details will be captured by Amazon. It's very simple. Let's say in last 30 days, let's assume some 1,000 customers have searched for, or some 1,000 customers have actually searched and also opened product detail pages. So Amazon will provide you that data, right? So this data is very important, right? Or to put it in a simple terms, it is also telling you the demand in a market. In last 30 days, how many people searched for it, how many people looked for it. So this is the demand, right? So it is very important. You will not get this data from Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. So views remarketing is telling you the market demand or market potential, right? So you have several options here. You have time frames like 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It is better to go the go with 60 days or 90 days, because there is also some attribution period and all. We want the larger the duration is the better, right? Now I will also open the definition from Seller Central. See, here it says views remarketing. The views remarketing strategy enables you to engage audience of Amazon shoppers who have viewed specific product detail pages during historic look back window. Okay, so these many customers have viewed specific product detail pages. They have not just searched, they have also viewed specific product detail pages, right? So that's the thing. So views remarketing is telling you what is the demand in a specific market. Now for our session, what I've done is I've just looked into one category. I've selected electronics category. Now when I select electronics category, what I've done is I've selected views remarketing, and then in search I've selected electronics. Now when I selected electronics, I got to view this data, right? Now what is this data telling me? This data is telling me that in last 30 days, some 3 to 3.5 million people, 3 to 3.5 million people have looked or they have opened a specific product detail pages, right? So this is the demand. So Amazon is telling me that, hey, look, in last 30 days, 3 to 3.5 million, it is 30 to 35 lakh people have looked for this specific product or this particular category, right? This is demand in this market, right? So this is very interesting data. Now don't just think from private label selling standpoint. In private label selling, your risk could be lower. You could be just improving a product a little, and then you could be launching a product, which is fine. But think like a proper e-commerce seller where you have your own unique product, right? You need to have your own unique product in the long run. You need to apply for patents, right? So think long term, right? Think big. Now if you were to do all that stuff, you need to know what is the demand, not from Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. You need to know that from Amazon directly, and I am telling you where to find that data. Okay, now views remarketing, I hope you understood this. Now let's get into much more interesting aspect. Now we also have something called as purchases remarketing. Now what purchases remarketing mean? This is also simple, very simple. Amazon is once again telling you in last 30 days how many customers have bought the product, right? It is telling you that in last 30 days X number of customers bought your product or something similar or from your competitors, right? So let me, in views remarketing, let's assume 1,000 customers have viewed product detail pages. Okay, right? 1,000 people have viewed the product detail pages, but let's assume only 100 people have bought that product, right? That 100 will be shown in purchases, and that 1000 will be shown in views. Understood? I hope this is clear. Now let's look into the definition of purchases remarketing. Purchases remarketing strategy enables you to engage audience based on historic purchase behavior looking during a look back window that you can specify. I mean, it's the same thing. Now, while views remarketing, here, while it is helping you understand what is the potential in a market, purchases remarketing is telling you how many people have actually bought the product. Okay, now the very purpose of having this conversation is, now if you are running or if you are leveraging views remarketing, I mean, what you're doing, let's assume 1000 people have searched or opened this product detail pages in last 30 days. Let's assume some 100 people have bought that product, right? What are left? I mean, some 900 people, they have not purchased in last 30 days. Now when you're using this views remarketing, leveraging this section, you are going to target those 900 people who did not buy in last 30 days, but they have opened the product detail pages, right? So there are people who are interested, they checked product detail pages, but they did not buy. So if you are running these campaigns, you are targeting those 900 people. Now when it comes to purchases remarketing, now I said some 100%, in our example I said some 100 people bought the product, right? We are going to retarget the same 100 people. So this section is more applicable if you are trying to resell the product to the same customer. Let's assume you are selling a supplement brand, right? Let's assume your product has got a tenurity of 30 days, and after 30 days your customer will have to once again buy your product. In such cases, you will leverage this section, because after 30 days you are going to retarget them so that they get to view your listing once again. Okay, now why I'm saying all this? Now through purchases remarketing section, you will get to know how many people have actually bought the product in last 30 days. Okay, so now I hope you clearly understood the difference between views remarketing and purchase remarketing. Let's also do one more interesting thing. Now what we see here, we are saying that in this particular sub niche or in this particular department, in last 30 days 30 to 35 million people have opened the product detail pages, right? That 3.5 million is like 3.5 into 1 million is like, I mean, it's like 35 lakhs only, right? So yeah, so 35 lakh people. But while 35 lakh people viewed the product detail pages, only 20,000 people have bought it, right? So let me take a percentage. Only 20,000 people have bought. 35 lakh people have actually looked at the product detail pages. In terms of percentage, the conversion ratio in this particular department, it's 0.57%, right? So these are few stats, few data points which will really help you. Now I am looking at a department level. Okay, this is I'm doing it at a department level because I cannot showcase all the product that I am doing for this client. But what you will be able to do, you can get into sub niches. You will also be able to look at product categories or sub departments. So just explore this section. This is of massive value add, right? So make use of this data, and I'm sure you will definitely enjoy it. So I hope you found this video interesting, and I hope you sincerely found some value in this video. Just keep watching. I'm going to come up with many more master strategies. Thank you for watching this video and have a great day. Thank you.